I have a secret to tell you, something that most other diabetes experts won't tell you. The secret is that you can reverse type 2 diabetes in over 90% of cases. The condition can be completely removed from your medical record, and you can stop thinking about your blood sugar altogether. But just because this is possible doesn't mean it's normal. It's not normal for people to be getting off their diabetes medications. It's not normal to lower your A1C into the non-diabetic range. But in our coaching program, these things are normal. Not just possible, but normal. I don't know about you, but that's the kind of normal that I want in my life. So if you agree, keep watching. Today, I'm sharing 3 foods to avoid if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes. A person's risk of developing type 2 diabetes is often linked to where they live and what they eat. But really, where they live mostly matters because of their diet. For instance, if you live in Okinawa, Japan, there's a 2.3% chance that you are living with diabetes. Whereas in the United States, there's a 14.7% chance that you are living with diabetes. To summarize that, you are 6 times more likely to have type 2 diabetes if you live in the United States in comparison to Okinawa. Why? Because people eating a traditional diet in Okinawa mostly or entirely avoid the 3 foods we advise against for reversing type 2 diabetes. Without even knowing it, they are following the Mastering Diabetes method. Food number 1 that they avoid is animal products, especially meat. Many studies have assessed the association between meat consumption and the development of type 2 diabetes. In a study of 69,554 women, the Nurses' Health Study, researchers found that for every additional serving of meat per day, the risk of developing type 2 diabetes increased by the following amounts. Red meat, a 26% increased risk of diabetes. All processed meats, a 38% increased risk of diabetes. Bacon, a 73% increased risk of diabetes. Hot dogs, a 49% increased risk of diabetes. There are several reasons for this connection, but we'll save the details for another video. The important message for right now is that diets high in meat products, especially red and processed meats, promote the development of type 2 diabetes. So our advice? Don't eat them. People in Okinawa, where diabetes rates are some of the lowest in the world, eat very little meat. In fact, they eat mostly carbohydrates. 80 to 85% of the traditional Okinawan diet is carbohydrates, with a focus on sweet potatoes, rice, and vegetables. Not only are these foods plant-based, but they are also whole foods, which brings me to the second kind of food to avoid if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes. It wouldn't be fair to put all of the blame on meat. There are other food culprits to call out. Our second food to take out of your diet if you want to reverse type 2 diabetes is highly processed food. A 2021 meta-analysis found that for every 10% increase in your consumption of ultra-processed foods, your risk of developing type 2 diabetes increases by 15%. Another study of 13,608 adults in Canada found that those who ate the highest amounts of ultra-processed foods had a 37% higher risk of developing type 2 diabetes. And another recent systematic review and meta-analysis found a 31% increased risk. Like meat, there are many reasons for this association, but the short story is that your body just isn't built to eat these foods. Although they've been around for your whole life, they are very new to the evolution of the human species. Your body is designed to eat food in its natural form. Highly processed sugars, refined oils, white flour, and a lack of fiber, vitamins, and minerals don't work well for your body. These things can lead to type 2 diabetes. Moral of the story, eat whole foods. You might think refined sugar is the biggest concern when it comes to type 2 diabetes, but evidence-based research shows that fat intake is actually the biggest issue for type 2 diabetes. I know I started this video with a big secret, but the biggest secret of this whole video might be this one. Insulin resistance, which is the root cause of type 2 diabetes, is caused by eating too much fat. The more fat you eat, the less efficiently your body can use insulin to bring glucose out of your bloodstream and into your cells to be used for energy. For this reason, we recommend eating no more than 10 grams of fat per meal. The easiest way to overdo fat is to consume refined fats like oils. It's commonplace to start basically every recipe with a drizzle of olive oil, but that oil is unnaturally high in fat, not to mention calories if weight is a concern. And we don't want to be normal, remember? Having a progressive chronic disease is normal, and we know you're with us when we say that we do not want to be part of that statistic. You'll be surprised to find how easy it is to cook without oils. And when you avoid processed foods, you'll naturally avoid most other refined fats too. So now you know the truth. If you are living with type 2 diabetes, you are not sentenced to a life of being sick, having low energy, complications, and ever-increasing medications. You can not only get better, but reverse the condition completely. And if you aren't living with type 2 diabetes, you can prevent it from ever developing in your life. In summary, the 3 most important foods to avoid are meat, processed foods, and refined fats. Remove these foods from your diet and watch your health improve dramatically and quickly. And if you're curious to learn exactly what to eat, then check out this next video.